Yo, what's good, everybody? This is your boy Boss Golf, and welcome back to Boss Golf Plays. How all you silly motherfuckers out there doing today? Hope y'all are having a great day as always, man. So, yo, check this out. Something that really had, like, your boy really had to sit and think about this. This news, I know it's definitely old news, but I want to talk about this. So we're gonna talk about this. Square Enix and Marvel, about couple of weeks back, announced a multi-game partnership leading with an Avengers project. When I first heard about this, like that's amazing. I don't think y'all understand. Square Enix is one of my favorite video game companies. Period. One of out of like however, I guess out of my top 5, right? And in Marvel, like I've always dabbled in Marvel. I always fuck with Marvel. Like DC's cool, but I always held Marvel in a higher regard than the DC universe. Like I love the Avengers games, not just the games, the comic books. Grew up watching X-Men on the TV shows. Actually, I think I've seen all of the X-Men's, even like the anime Wolverine show they came out with for a quick sec. But this is pretty big, and given the fact that we haven't seen a decent Marvel game since the Ultimate Alliance games. And I know we have Marvel vs. Capcom, but to be quite honest, when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom, I don't even count that as a Marvel game. I count that as a Capcom game. When anything that Capcom touches, especially when it's crossovers, most likely is a fighting game. I count that as a Capcom fighting game. But Marvel, this Square Enix and Marvel, this can mean a million of things, right? Because they said multi-game partnership with the Avengers. And something that I want to point out here real quick that caught my eye when I was searching for stuff in the Google search box about this, see if I find anything, is if you go to their site, their Square Enix store for in North America, they have these designs of the Avengers, some of the Avengers, and you got, well, pretty much all the Avengers and Venom. And they got these designs for these action figures that look damn amazing. They got Carnage. I'm just seeing this one. I ain't even know they had that one in there. But they have these redesigned by Square Enix. And it's like, first of all, if y'all gonna make a game, please let these designs that are on these action figures be on the characters that you're gonna have in the game, because they look phenomenal. We've seen all the renditions and the different types of ways that you can draw a Marvel character, but I've never seen Square Enix have their take on it. It's reimagined by PlayArt's Kai Craftsmanship, and they're obviously under Square Enix. And these, like, they're blowing me away. The extra added detail that they put into, I think my favorite one, and I'm looking at so far, is probably the Wolverine. I checked all of them out. Actually, no. It's between Wolverine and Thor. Thor looked damn good. Like the Thor that they reimagined, that they have here as an action figure, he looks like he belongs inside of a Final Fantasy game. Like that's just how this character looks right now. But first of all, the way I got these characters designed, please, whatever game that y'all plan on putting them in, have them as these designs that y'all have here now. Second, like at first I sat and thought, I was like, man, I really hope, because I was looking through some of the comments on the trailer video, and the trailer video is really short. It didn't give us too much. It's just CGI shows like the aftermath of what we can only assume as the Captain America Civil War type stuff, right? And so it doesn't really show as much, but I'm reading through the comments of the video, and somebody said something that Blue was like, oh, I hope it doesn't, in the lines of, I hope it doesn't come out it's only a mobile game, because y'all know we've been getting Marvel games, but it's either Marvel vs. Capcom or the Marvel I think it was called Marvel Superheroes, that came out for either iPad or Android or something like that, which y'all know my feelings on that, and it pissed a lot of people off because we expected something great. but it's a multi-game partnership with Square Enix and Marvel. Square Enix is a great goddamn company. Y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel about their work. They do work when they put out stuff. It's not just bullshit. Whether it's the online multiplayer where they got their Final Fantasy 14 online, or whether it's their main storyline stuff. Kingdom Hearts. They got of course, the Final Fantasy main line. The CGI movies are great. I know that ain't got nothing. Well, we can expect great CGI if they're doing this multi-game partnership. That's great. Hell, I just played the demo of Nier Automata. That looks amazing. When they produced for Platinum Games. So, I mean, we don't have to just worry about them putting out another, I guess, if you want to call it that, another shitty mobile game. Because if it's multi-game partnership, we can assume that there's going to be, especially it says leading Avengers project. We're going to see another Avengers. Back in the day, I loved Ultimate Alliance. Ultimate Alliance was probably one of my favorite games. Other than Marvel vs. Capcom and like a few Spider-Man games, it was like Marvel vs. Capcom, a few Spider-Man games. X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge, and then there was like the Wolverine, that game that came out for, well, I played it on 360, but the game that came out back then, those games were fun. But Ultimate Alliance was fucking fun. This is crazy because now they're coming out with another Avengers project. I don't know how they're gonna do this one. It could be multiplayer, like how Final Fantasy is doing with the Final Fantasy 14, or it could be a main storyline co-op. Not much the massive multiplayer aspect, but this is crazy. Especially they're talking about multi games. Avengers is one, but that sparks my interest. Okay, what else are y'all gonna touch on? Cause hell, looking at these characters that they have in the they have in the damn the online store, and they have the action figures here, right? I mean, hopefully they're gonna touch on more than just the Avengers. Hell, it's a full-on partnership. I'm not seeing anything else, at least from what I've seen when I seen the first post on it a couple of weeks back, and then just skimming through stuff on Google now. I'm not seeing too much about it. Everybody's making their own assumptions, right? But we can only assume that hopefully they're going to touch on X-Men, Spider-Man, all this other stuff. And what the hell does this mean for like other games that are already in development? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Kingdom Hearts 3, especially this being big is because Marvel, of course, being partnered with Disney now, or being owned by Disney now. Kingdom Hearts being Disney and Square Enix. Are we gonna be expected to see? I'm putting it in. There's like a 40% chance we're gonna see Marvel characters in Kingdom Hearts. We have to. They're throwing Big Hero 6 in there. I mean, from what I've seen from the trailers and stuff like that, it looks good so far. I wouldn't be surprised or upset if we seen a few Avengers characters in a Kingdom Hearts style game. Like I said, going back to those action figures, they look amazing. That's crazy how they made those look. And what's even crazier about that, I know way back in, way before anybody even thought of any of this stuff, there was like an article on like a what if Square Enix drew or reimagined the Marvel characters, and they looked crazy. Like I said, they to the point where they look like they belong inside of these Final Fantasy games, these games that Square Enix put out. And then now we got a Square Enix Marvel announcement game. So yo, this is pretty goddamn cool. I'm expecting the first project to be, if not a new reboot or remake of an Avengers game, a continuation of Ultimate Alliance. Ultimate Alliance was damn fun. I think, in turn, not looking at sales or anything, just Boss Scott's opinions, I think that was one of their biggest games that they released when it came to that. Hopefully they're talking about Square Enix Marvel announcement game. One game, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna bounce up off this. One game that I really hope to see brought back, rebooted, and just done justice, especially with this partnership they got going on, is Marvel Nemesis. That was a. There's a lot of mixed feelings about that game, but as far as Boskoff is concerned, I loved that game because it was something different. Usually when we see Marvel games, they're either adventure games, they're games like Spider-Man, they're games like the Wolverine games that we've had. This was like this was like Marvel's own fighting game. It was EA Sports that produced this game. If I'm correct, y'all can check me on that later. I'll probably check myself on that later. But this game was like a fighting game slash adventure game, which was cool. I mean, they had fatalities in there and everything, special moves, all this different type of shit. And even the way it played, the controls of the characters and how you maneuvered them was different from any other fighting game. And graphically, especially now, good God, graphically, it doesn't look the best. I've seen a lot of games, especially in that era of video games when that game came out, look way better than that damn game. But as far as like controls and the story and the characters and the fighting aspect, I love that game. I will play that game all the damn time. I might have to play that for Throwback Thursday and just bring that shit back, because that game is damn fun. But I'm hoping they touch into that. If not, do something that was like that brings back, it touches on the memory of that game and that type of style of game. So let me know what y'all think about this. I know this is like I said, this is kind of old news, but it's still big, because this is I woke up and I seen this. The first thing I seen it from the Square Enix Twitter. I woke up and I seen this, like that blew me back. I was like, what? How is this gonna work for? That's crazy. Even now sitting here thinking, like, how is this gonna work for all the games and all the Marvel content that you got out? We're supposed to be expecting a Spider-Man game this year, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and then like I said, you got Kingdom Hearts, which is Disney and Square Enix, and now that Disney's pulled the move and they have Marvel, like, do we expect to see Marvel characters in Kingdom Hearts? I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy, and I know that'd be hella stretching. But I was about to say Final Fantasy characters in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but I guarantee you that's hella stretching. But hey, it is something to think about. That's so crazy. No one would ever think that this shit would happen. But hey, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes down, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comment box down below. Y'all opinions about what the hell is happening here with Square Enix and Marvel, man. It's been your boy Boskoff. I'm out this bitch. Y'all gonna do y'all damn thing and keep them schlongs long, them clits tight, and I will see you to the hoes on the flip one. Peace.